Picture this. A highly educated, retired doctor in Hyderabad answers a video call. Fast forward a bit, and he stays on that exact same call, just staring at a screen, completely paralyzed by fear. Or imagine a woman picking up her phone, only to hear the panicked, crying voice of her own mother begging for help after a terrible car crash. But here's the really chilling truth about both of those scenarios. That doctor, he wasn't talking to the police. And that woman, she wasn't listening to her mother. It was AI. Welcome to this explainer on defending your digital self. Today, we're diving deep into the dark, incredibly sophisticated underbelly of modern cyber threats.
70? That retired doctor I just mentioned? He actually stayed on that fake video call for 70 hours straight. I mean, that's almost 3 full days. He didn't sleep, he barely moved, completely believing his life was over and that he was under some massive federal investigation. Now, you might be asking yourself, how on earth could someone fall for that? How could anyone stay on a call for 70 hours? Well, it's because these scammers, they aren't just hacking our computers anymore. They're actually hacking our minds.
You know, we've all heard the old advice a million times, right? Don't click suspicious links from strangers. Don't download weird attachments. But the scammers know that we know that, so they evolved. This explainer absolutely isn't your standard warning about avoiding sketchy websites. This is about what is actually happening right now in 2026. The old rules of cyber safety, they simply do not apply to these new, highly choreographed psychological traps. But don't worry, because by the end of this analysis, you'll know exactly how to spot them.
Let's start with a threat that's probably sitting right inside your pocket right now. Part 1, the silent UPI trap, and how money just disappears without a single-click link. So scammers have found this brilliant, yet terrifying, loophole in human behavior using collect requests. They shoot you a prompt saying something like, "Approved to receive 500 rupees cashback," and they are totally relying on the thrill you get when you see the word receive. You get excited, the screen prompts you for a UPI PIN, you type it in thinking you're unlocking your free money, and boom, instantly your money is gone. So let me give you the ultimate rule of digital payments, something you need to burn into your memory right now. You never, ever need to enter a PIN to receive money. Ever. You only need it to send money. If a screen asks for your PIN, money is leaving your account. Period. Moving right along to part 2, the fake digital arrest, otherwise known as the 70-hour nightmare.
This is the exact scam that trapped that doctor in Hyderabad. Basically, scammers call you up, claiming your Aadhaar or your bank account is tied to some severe crimes, like money laundering or drugs. Then, they transfer you to a video call with a senior officer. And the production value here is honestly terrifying. They've got fake uniforms, sets designed to look exactly like government offices, and forged documents. They tell you that you are under digital arrest, that you have to stay on camera 24/7, and this is the big one, that you cannot tell anyone. Listen to me. That demand for absolute secrecy, that is not a lawful order. It is the biggest red flag of the entire trap. They just want to isolate you so nobody can talk sense into you. Let's be crystal clear about the hard truth here. Digital arrest is a legally non-existent process. I'm going to say that again. It does not exist. No Indian law enforcement agency will ever arrest you or interrogate you over a Skype or WhatsApp video call. Real police do not ask you to transfer your savings to a safe account to prove your innocence, and they certainly don't tell you to keep an investigation a secret from your lawyer or your family. If someone claims you're under digital arrest, just hang up the phone. It's a scam.
All right, that brings us to part 3, AI voice cloning, where fake voices create very real fear.
Remember that story from the beginning, the mother crying for help? Today, a scammer literally only needs 3 to 5 seconds of audio from a public Instagram reel or social media video to clone your loved one's exact voice, their tone, even their inflection. They'll call you up claiming there's been a sudden accident or a kidnapping, just to create massive panic. But here is your ultimate defense against this. The voice you hear crying on the other end of that line, that can absolutely be faked. But the 3-minute callback, that cannot. Hang up the phone, call them back on the number you actually have saved in your contacts. Better yet, establish a family safe word today. These scammers totally thrive on you panicking and not verifying the emergency.
Next up, part 4, the corporate impersonator. Because yes, this is targeting the workplace too.
These psychological tactics are absolutely infiltrating the office. You might get a WhatsApp message from an unknown number, but it has your CEO's photo, and they're demanding an urgent wire transfer or sending a document marked confidential compliance. And the second you open it, malware silently hijacks your device. To bypass your normal professional judgment, scammers use a very specific formula. Urgent plus confidential plus immediate equals pause. Whenever someone who seems like an authority figure demands extreme secrecy and immediate action, it absolutely requires direct voice call verification. Don't just reply to the text. Call them up and ask, hey, did you just send this to me? Believe me, no true professional is ever going to fault you for double-checking a security protocol.
Which leads us perfectly into part 5, scam psychology. This is how they're hacking human emotions.
Okay, so we've talked about UPI traps, fake police, AI voices, and corporate impersonators. On the surface, sure, they look really different, but they actually share the exact same DNA. Like we said earlier, scammers aren't targeting your device's operating system, they are targeting your operating system. Here is the master key to their entire operation. It's fear plus urgency plus isolation equals bad decisions. First, they terrify you. Then, they add this extreme artificial urgency. And finally, they isolate you from anyone who could help. Because when your brain is just flooded with fear and you have absolutely no one to consult, your critical thinking simply shuts down. That's psychological manipulation. That is their ultimate weapon.
And hey, if you're sitting there thinking this psychological manipulation couldn't possibly work against smart, savvy people, just look at this staggering reality. 22,000 crore, over 220 billion rupees. That is the amount of money Indians lost to cyber fraud in 2025 alone. Official complaints jumped by 24% in a single year. These are highly sophisticated, cinematic operations happening to smart, highly educated individuals every single day. In fact, it's probably happening to someone right now at this exact moment while you watch this explainer.
So what do we do about it? Let's get tactical with part 6, your ultimate defense checklist.
Let's walk through this life-saving checklist together. Ready? 1. Never enter a PIN to receive money. PINs are for sending only. 2. No real government agency will ever arrest you over a video call. That whole process is entirely fake. 3. Always, always verify emergency calls by hanging up and calling back on a saved number. 4. When an urgent request demands complete confidentiality, hit pause and verify by voice. And finally, number 5. If you do make a mistake, speed is your absolute best ally. Report it immediately to the National Helpline at 1930 or go straight to cybercrime.gov.in. The faster you act through official channels, the higher the chance you have of freezing those stolen funds.
What you really need to take away from all of this is that the perpetrators, they don't actually need to outsmart you. They really don't need to be these incredible technological masterminds. They just rely on you reacting faster than you can critically process the situation. When you are fully aware of their tactics, when you can actually recognize that formula of fear, urgency, and isolation in the moment, you completely take away their only weapon. Your awareness quite literally becomes an impenetrable shield for your digital self.
I really want to leave you with a profound realization about that artificial pressure you feel in your digital communications. The next time your phone rings or a weird text pops up and it just feels urgent, secret, or a little too emotional to question, I want you to stop. Just take a deep breath, look at that screen and realize something absolutely crucial. That intense, panicky feeling in your chest, that isn't real pressure. That is the scam introducing itself.
So we're going to end with this powerful 3-step mantra. Whenever you feel that digital pressure, pause, break the urgency, verify, break the isolation by talking to someone or calling them back, and only then, act. We highly encourage you to share this explainer with your family, your friends, and your colleagues, because it could literally save someone's life savings. As we navigate this crazy era where seeing and hearing is no longer believing, you really have to ask yourself, are you truly in control of your digital life, or are you just one panicked moment away from handing over the keys? Stay calm, stay aware, and stay protected.